All right, Brittany, thank you so much. With that, we turn to our special continuing coverage of 1 year since Hurricane Helene. And of course, there are so many ways that we are looking at recovery and the work that's still going on to this day. We're also talking about stories of survival, and really that's a big part of the storyline, survival in the immediate aftermath of the storm. And this was thanks in part to some really great efforts from first responders who rushed in to help well before the roads were repaired and the water receded. And tonight we're hearing from Rowan County Sheriff Travis Allen, who led dozens of his men and women in uniform up to Avery County in the days after the storm. In the days following Helene, this was the sound of salvation. And on this day, Rowan County deputies were aboard this helicopter, ushering more than 30 trapped people to safety.
Those type of experiences are hard to forget. In a career, they will never forget that.
Rowan County Sheriff Travis Allen has an album of these memories. Reminders of the devastation he and his deputies saw when they deployed to Avery County amid an unthinkable disaster. But also reminders of the strength of community.
You've seen it during 9/11, you see it during these tragedies. America just shows up. And it doesn't matter if you're white or black, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter. People show up and they help each other out.
In this case, help came from all over the nation. Allen says one day his deputies were working alongside teams from Maryland, the next, Cary, North Carolina. Collaboration was on full display in many ways. In fact, with power and water out at the county jail, Allen took in 30 inmates over to his jail to ease that concern for the Avery County Sheriff.
That way, that sheriff can concentrate all his personnel on just recovery and rescue. So that's what we did.
There were challenges around every corner, too. With normal communications down, cell phones, GPS were useless. Bridges and roads washed away, posing access problems. Deputies had to learn how to work around that and what other skill sets they need with them in those situations.
When we do deploy, we just don't deploy with deputies. We deploy with one of our fire departments, with the rescue squad, with our own EMTs. Because up there, if one of your guys gets in trouble, there's no EMT to call.
And today, not only do Rowan deputies have the experience of meeting that critical moment, they also carry a literal badge of honor, reminding them of their work and how their duty to serve persisted through one of the community's biggest crises.
Because we live in a polarized society, right? And you don't really see that. All you see is sometimes the clashes, but when you get to something like that and you see all of society not caring about anything except we're just going to help our neighbor, that makes you feel real good to be an American and to be a North Carolinian.
And so Sheriff Allen also told me that a lot of this response from other agencies coming in was coordinated through the Sheriff's Association. And he says it really just speaks to the tight-knit bonds of the law enforcement community and the first responder community that, hey, when your community is in help, we are going to show up, whether it's coming from across the state, just down the road, or another state, to be able to help you. And there would be no question, let's just say if Rowan ever came up against a big disaster, whether there would be first responders and law enforcement from other agencies coming to help them. He knows that they would drop everything to help. So just another tale that is heartwarming coming out of Helene. Of course, so many different elements and different angles to talk about as we continue our coverage throughout the rest of the week. We'll be live here from Western North Carolina until Saturday, so make sure that you stay tuned here on WCNC Charlotte and on WCNC Plus streaming. So many incredible stories to share, and we already have so many that folks can check out right now on our website, Colin.
Certainly so. All right, Brittany. All right, thank you so much, Vanessa. We will check in with Brittany.